Hello, this is professional video game expert Tim Rogers. You are watching Kotaku.com. It's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Switch. This game came out for the Wii U in 2014. That's how I knew before even downloading it that it was going to run at 60 FPS in handheld mode. The game is $59.99 US. That's just $0.9998333 per frame per second. Wow, that's expensive. It's $20 on the Wii U eShop. Then again, the Wii U version doesn't have funky mode. I played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Switch with the radioactive banana-colored Joy-Cons Nintendo sold to commemorate the release of ARMS. I gotta say, it is a little bit offensive to specifically me, as someone who owns these bright yellow Joy-Cons, that Nintendo isn't using them in their marketing materials for this particularly bananaful game. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze tells a story of impotent male gorilla rage. Here we see Donkey Kong moved to irrational anger upon the occasion of some Viking penguins depriving him of the pleasure of blowing out his birthday candle. Look at this guy. You do not snowflake blow out his birthday candle unless you need to get ground into fine powder. Donkey Kong grinds these insipid, flightless birds into freak dirt across a couple dozen levels. Exactly how many dozen levels? I don't know, man. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a cop. I'm not even a narc. I played this game on the Wii U in 2014 and I loved it. It's big, boisterous, beautiful. Wow, this first level is beefier than a butcher shop. It's got a little bit of every layer of the game cake in it. In the game industry, they call that a vertical slice. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze brings loud spurts of blockbuster entertainment value to the 2D platform game genre. It most virtuosically accomplishes this via a phenomenon I call the fun button. The fun button is when there's a context-sensitive button on the controller that you press to interact with an object when standing perfectly still in a zero-action stress situation. In Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, we have these little kettlebell handles popping up out of the ground. Press the button and Donkey Kong grabs them with enthusiasm and yanks them upward with gusto. Immediately, visual popcorn fun explodes into your perception. The level design changes. A platform appears. Look, you did that. Don't worry. Despite the options menu's visual indications, you can use the D-pad. Shout me out in the comments if you, like me, actually like using the little tiny D-pad buttons on the Nintendo Switch in portable mode. Shout me out in the comments twice if you, like me, are definitely going to buy this Holy brand portable-only Joy-Con with a beautiful, chunky, Nintendo-worthy D-pad. In Japan, they call that a plus key switch. Oh man, Donkey Kong's slap move has extremely short range. It kinda reminds me of Wonder Boy 3. You really gotta get right up on a dude to slap them with this. I guess you're not supposed to use it except as a last resort. I think of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze as a party-style, loud platformer. The game itself is loud, and you'll be loud when you play it. It's best with a buddy. Hey, Michael Kerwin, do you remember playing this game with me? We had a great time. We were yelling like idiots. Even when you're playing alone, there's plenty of yelling. The game itself is just hootin' and hollerin' constantly. The old Donkey Kong Country games had fairly stoic background music. This one, however, is boisterous and bouncy. It sounds like a Brazilian children's television show. Fun fact, I was never a child in Brazil. I was a child in a lot of places, though not in Brazil. I might not actually know what a children's television show sounds like in Brazil, so I'm sorry. Hey Nintendo, if you want a quote to put on the back of the box for the inevitable re-release of this game, here you go. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze makes all of the original Donkey Kong Country games look like the gnarled playthings of knuckle-dragging rubes. I'm pretty sure you're not going to use that quote. Oh well.
So when I say that I think Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the best Donkey Kong Country game, just to let everybody know, I did play all the originals when they came out. I'm 38 years old. I'm going to be 39 years old in 1 month. That's pretty much 40 years old. This is the t-shirt that I got for pre-ordering the original Donkey Kong Country at Electronics Boutique at the Castleton Square Mall in Indianapolis, Indiana in 1994. So you put the $10 down. It used to be when you pre-ordered a game, you put down the money and then they always gave you something. That's how they like first introduced the idea. Instead of just being like, oh, now you're gonna get the game when it comes out. You're guaranteed a copy of Madden, which is gonna be 1 million copies of anyway. Back then, I'm telling a story, so I gotta put my hands up like this. Up real high. It's just how you know the story's serious. Back then, you'd always get like a t-shirt. So they gave me this t-shirt and it's like in a box and they put it in a bag, an Electronics Boutique bag with this Donkey Kong Country box in it. And I'm sitting in the back seat of my mom's minivan and we're driving back home and my brothers are in there and my mom is like, what has that boy got in that bag? She's like wondering out loud in third person. I wonder what he's got in that bag. It looks like he's got some sort of treasure in there. Looks like he's got something really good in there. Looks like he's excited about something. That boy's excited about something, she's saying. And I get home and I get the shirt out, I get the box out and I get the shirt out of the box. And my mom is like, oh my God, son, what is that thing? She said. And then she took it out of my hands and she held it up derisively. And then she throws it back at me and she says, son, don't you ever wear that thing outside. And then she held her hands up and in third person says, if that boy ever wears that thing outside, he's gonna die a homeless person. And I did wear it outside. I tell you, there's no way to make this shirt look cool ever at all. Especially not with sweatpants, with gray sweatpants, which is how I wore it in high school. I got beaten up a lot. Okay, I only ever gotten beaten up once while wearing this shirt though. Usually it was just, any other shirt. And yeah, I called my dad last year and I was like, hey Dad, can you send me my Donkey Kong Country shirt? And he was like, what? And I was like, there's a box in the basement that's got some of my shirts in it. Mostly like NASCAR shirts and whatever. And I'm like, you'll know the shirt when you see it. And then I said, show it to Mom when you get it out of the box. And he sent me an email and said, I found the shirt. It's on its way to you. Your mom almost had a heart attack. So, Donkey Kong Country, the shirt, baby, deal with it.
It's got funky mode. Look at this guy. Get a load of him. I love this guy. He's got a surfboard. If I recall correctly, I'll admit I'm not an expert on Donkey Kong lore. I'm just an expert on the idea of games in general. This is the first time we've been able to play as Funky Kong. I gotta say, this guy has been selling Donkey Kong items and flying Donkey Kong around in a barrel with airplane wings on it since 1994, and he's just now playable and like, what T-heck, man? He's like stupidly better than Donkey Kong at everything. He can surf. He has more health. Wow. I can't believe he deprived us of this utter joy for multiple decades. Wait, he looks exactly like Donkey Kong with sunglasses and a bandana and shorts and a smile. Is he Donkey Kong? Is Donkey Kong okay? Is Donkey Kong a narc? I love it. Of course, Diddy Kong is here. He's got a jetpack. And you got Dixie Kong too. She's got hair. Her hair is a helicopter. Everybody can fly except for Donkey Kong. And you can use Cranky Kong's cane to pogo jump on spikes, just like DuckTales. So it's got all your favorite... Oh, Wait a minute, where's Kiddy Kong? What happened to Kiddy Kong? Who killed Kiddy Kong?
Who killed Kiddy Kong?
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is available May 4th, 2018 for the Nintendo Switch. Wow, I love the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch is such a great video game console. Though sometimes I feel like the only reason we all own Nintendo Switches is so that we can yell in the dark about what other games they should put on it. I've played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for just 2 hours on my Nintendo Switch, though I will play the rest of it, probably twice. It is 60 FPS in portable mode. A lady on the train got up and sat in another seat when she saw me playing it. So thanks for the game, Nintendo. Now please make Switch versions of Super Mario 3D World, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Sunshine HD, The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds. I need you to do this as soon as possible because if you don't, I was born Dumpy Kong. However, I will not die Hungry Kong. Video games forever, Kotaku.com.
Can I get a 360 as well? That ambulance has come to get me. I hate this shirt.